There are lots of ways to enjoy the dirtier things in life, but sometimes that dirty deed just might be your undoing. Here are some people who died while doing it. Train sex. In July of 2016, in Buryatia, Siberia, a homeless woman and her boyfriend were having sex just inches away from the Trans-Siberian Railway track. The woman heard a train approaching and decided to stand up and look. It turned out to be a fatal error as she immediately was decapitated by the passing train. Officials said that if she had stayed in her original in coitus position, she could have been fine. Authorities also learned the couple was drunk at the time. Russian Railways released a statement that essentially reminded everyone to not get frisky by the railway tracks, in case they needed a reminder. Wedding blues. In November 2015, Charles and Dorothy Mackenzie traveled from Nova Scotia, Canada to Playa del Carmen, Mexico to celebrate their daughter Jill's wedding. During a night in the hot tub, 67-year-old Charles and 63-year-old Dorothy were getting pretty hot and heavy. But Charles started suffering a heart attack, and when he collapsed, he fell on top of Dorothy and smothered her in the water. The couple were both found dead, and the incident was ruled accidental. Castle coitus. When a couple from Normandy was visiting a historic castle in northern France that was built in 1866 by Napoleon III, the experience clearly was seen as an opportunity to get it on. In August of 2015, the couple took off all their clothes and belongings and started getting it on when something went very wrong. Their bodies were found in the dried-out moat in the Vauban Fort in Chaussee Archipelago in the English Channel. The man was found on dried ground while the woman was found in the water that was about 5 feet deep. Their deaths were ruled accidental. Mauled by lions. In March of 2013 in Zimbabwe, Shirai Mawera and her boyfriend were looking for some intimate alone time when they decided to have sex by a bush for privacy. However, their sexy time was cut short when the couple was attacked by a lion. Shirai's boyfriend managed to escape, but he was naked and wearing nothing but a condom. After alerting the proper authorities, a search was conducted, but only Shirai's mauled remains were found. Cucumber salad. In July 2014, Oliver Dietman and Rika Varna decided to go all natural in their quest for pleasure. 46-year-old Oliver used a cucumber to pleasure 46-year-old Rika. The couple had also been heavily drinking and went through several bottles of wine and schnapps. He then stuck the cucumber in her mouth when he saw smoke coming from their kitchen. Oliver went to go check on the smoke, fed the dog, and smoked a cigarette. When he returned, he found Rika unconscious. By the time medical help came, Rika was already in a coma from lack of oxygen and later died. Oliver was charged with negligent homicide and served a 20-month suspended sentence. Balcony bump. In 1996, businessman Robert Lee Salazar was having sex with Sandra Orellana at the Industry Hills Sheraton in Los Angeles, California. After a night of drinking, they were doing the deed on the balcony when the couple decided to change positions. Sandra lost her balance and fell to her death. Salazar was charged with homicide, but was later found not guilty due to the lack of a struggle, and the jury believed the whole ordeal to be an accident. Sexy and shocking. On the night of January 23, 2008, Kristen Taylor and her husband Toby were engaging in some pretty bizarre sex. Toby used electric shocks to stimulate his wife during sex by using nipple clamps on her and then plugging them in 3 to 4 times. However, the night of passion didn't go as planned, as Kristen was rendered unconscious. Toby called the police and initially told the cops an electric hairdryer shocked her. Kristen was pronounced dead at the hospital and the burns were found, forcing Toby to admit what really happened, resulting in him being charged with involuntary manslaughter and reckless endangerment. Blue pills. In February 2009, Sergei Tuganov was placed in a bet that he couldn't last 12 hours in an orgy with 2 female friends. In order to keep up, the 28-year-old mechanic guzzled an entire bottle of Viagra. He ended up winning the bet, but within minutes after being done, he suffered from a heart attack and died before paramedics could arrive to try to save him. Warming up. In February of 2006, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a 23-year-old man and a 17-year-old girl were trying to warm up in a running car in a closed garage when they started trying to warm up by having sex. However, the couple didn't realize the car was filling up with poisonous carbon monoxide, and they were soon overcome by the gas and died. The couple was found dead and naked, still locked in their embrace. That's our video, folks. Be safe out there. Why don't you check out these other videos and subscribe to The Richest? It's the safest thing you could do. Thanks.